Hey guys, so I'm gonna make this freaking quick video, and hold on, crap, hold on, damn it. Okay, so I'm making this quick video over here because let me show you guys this. Okay, so here's my quick little video. Oh my god, I said that like 3 times. So I was looking up remedies for psoriasis because of my skin issue, and I was curious to see, okay, let's see what's recommended. And one of the things that was mentioned was having a vitamin D3 deficiency. Now, I had told you guys that, because I've been mostly staying indoors, I rarely go out in the sun, um, that I felt like, yes, it's very, very possible that I'm deficient in vitamin D. So let me see what's going on. So I saw this video, and this is what was recommended for vitamin D, and let me play this for you.
Between the T helper cell, Th17, and vitamin D. Vitamin D happens to be something that can suppress Th17. And so this is very interesting because vitamin D is not really a vitamin, it's a hormone that acts like cortisol in the body, which happens to be one of the big treatments for psoriasis, prednisone, an anti-inflammatory. So vitamin D is a natural prednisone without the side effects. The other interesting thing about this is that psoriasis is worse in the winter. Why? Because the vitamin D is going to be lower. Also, there's higher incidence of psoriasis the further you live from the equator.
See, so that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me, right? Very, very well possible that I could be freaking deficient in this stuff. Because I've been staying indoors, not too much sunlight. This is not freaking Hawaii. Of course, Hawaii is closer to the equator than New York. And let me see.
You're at greater risk for depression. One of the big root causes of depression.
You know what? If you are if you have psoriasis, I think you're more prone to depression or eczema because it probably drives you crazy.
Say vitamin D.
Just saying.
Vitamin D, very, very important.
So here's what he recommended, and I want you to listen to this. I'm gonna put this on normal speed.
And 40,000 IUs every single day.
40,000 IU.
Enough to penetrate. Sometimes the.
Did you guys catch that?
Very, very important. I would recommend 40,000 IUs every single day. You need to take enough to penetrate sometimes the damage that's in the colon that's not allowing you to absorb the vitamin D. There's usually an altered microbiome, so you have to take a little bit more. Now,
okay, so he says take 40,000 IU of vitamin D every single day. He doesn't say how long, but just keep that in mind, 40,000, okay? Now look what happens if I look up vitamin D3 pills here. Let's look at the high potency one. High potency pill is 5,000 IU. So I just bought, a vitamin D3 pill, high potency, 5,000. So I'm supposed to, see for this one, they tell you take one of these a day. Let me pull this up, see? Take one, oh look at this. Actually take one soft gel every 2 days with a fat containing meal. So yeah, mine says Nature's Bounty. Mine says take one soft gel daily, preferably with a meal. So you're supposed to get 5,000 a day, right? He is recommending 40,000. So that is 8 times more than the recommended over here. Now, I had taken, because I took a 1,000 IU pill earlier today, and because I got this in, I said, okay, well, let me try do 15,000 plus 16,000 IU. So I took that a couple hours ago, and I have to say, I'm feeling a little queasy. I think I'm going to be fine. It's just a one-time off, but I have no desire to go with frickin' 40,000. So, yeah, I ate something, but I just feel a little, I can't imagine doing freaking 40,000 on this and doing it every single day. So, I know people are going to say that's really reckless. Would not recommend doing that. I think I'm going to taper it down to 5,000 a day instead, or less than that, maybe 1,000, we'll see. So I looked online and I wanted to see, I looked up vitamin D toxicity. And look at this. So there was a 54-year-old man who developed kidney damage after taking extremely high doses of vitamin D. Now, I have heard that if people have vitamin D deficiency, they're given about 40,000 IU or 50,000 IU about once a week. But this is what he's recommending is 40,000 IU a day, okay? Now, keep that in mind, okay? Remember, I know I'm repeating myself, 40,000 IU a day. Now, here's the thing. So, where is it? Yeah, so he went to he went to holiday at Southeast Asia, and then he sunbathed, right? So you get vitamin D from sunbathing. But then he was also taking these drops, and they said that he had elevated blood levels of creatine, a marker for kidney damage or malfunction. So he had to go to a kidney specialist, and they found out that he had been prescribed high doses of vitamin D by a naturopath, even though he did not have a vitamin D deficiency and no history of bone loss. So you're probably wondering, okay, what is the high dosage of vitamin D, right? Because you can see with this over the counter, you're recommended to take 5,000 IU every 2 days. So that's 2,500 a day. Or if you have the one that I have, it says take one soft gel daily. So I would just say 5,000 a day, right? 2,500, $5,000, 5,000 IU a day. This guy was taking 8 to 12,000 IUs a day. And this is over the course of 30 months, see? So they said the daily recommended allowance is 400 to 1,000 IU with a higher market of 800 to 2,000 IU recommended for adults at high risk of osteoporosis. See that? So because he exceeded it, he had high levels of calcium in his blood, and that triggered kidney damage. And that's just taking 8 to 12,000 IUs a day. So I can't imagine if you take 40,000 IUs a day for every day, what the damage is going to be for the kidneys. Yeah, so I wanted to share that. And I'm kind of surprised because I think like that is such a high amount, and maybe maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe there was something that I'm missing here. But if someone is taking 40,000 IU a day, right? I kind of worry, like, because that is such, in my opinion, that is such an excessive amount. And I have seen his videos where he says 40,000 IUs isn't easily absorbed by other people, but maybe, who knows? Maybe it's just I'm feeling. Maybe it's just psychological. I don't know. But me taking 16,000. I'm already feeling, yeah, like I said, a little queasy. I'm sure I'm going to be fine, but yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So, yeah, I know some people were telling me, they said, Erica, don't take 40,000. That's insane. Take 1,000 a day or something like that. And yeah, one-time thing. So, yeah, so he recommends that. He also recommends cod liver oil and bile salts for psoriasis. I don't know if it's a really good idea to recommend people with psoriasis to take 40,000 IU a day. You guys can listen to this again. May I show this?
Vitamin D. So we have vitamin D. Very, very important. I would recommend 40,000 IUs every single day. You need to take.
I can't imagine taking 40,000. It's like, I understand, like, yeah, maybe that's really effective, because I wonder this, right? Let's say someone takes 40,000 every single day and then their psoriasis goes away, right? Let's just say that, right? If they're taking it every single day afterwards, I think that it won't be surprising if they have the same effects like this guy did, right? I mean, he only took 8 to 12,000. If you take 3 times more than this, I just kind of wonder, right? You're going to have even more higher levels of calcium in the blood, and then it can cause kidney damage. It just, yeah. So, it's just yeah. I just don't believe this one. So people are saying, yeah, they've been doing this for a while. Their psoriasis is cleared up. Can highly recommend. Other people are saying, how long have you been taking the 40,000, right? And then other people say, like, oh, they've been taking 50,000. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then other people say that, yeah, if you take this for 1 to several months, it can cause toxicity. Other people say, so you got different people saying this. Some people say, yeah, you can't take 40,000 for a while. and you should be okay, or other people say like no, no, no. So see this? So where is this? I know Oreo's crying. See this? Me checks bottle of vitamin D tablets, 100 tablets for 400 IU each. Bottle says take 2 per day, so that's 800 IU, right? Dr. Burb, yeah, fam, I'm gonna have to ask you to down the whole bottle every day. 40,000 IU. Yeah. Say this. So someone are asking like, how many days should I be on 40,000 IU per day? And per his video, he said take it every day, right? I don't know how long. I think I heard somewhere like 2 weeks, but in another video, but I could be wrong. But if there was, there should have been clarification around here. That's all. Whew. Even if you do take it for 2 weeks, I just wonder how much that would be. Of course, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just like looking at this stuff, and I'm looking at that number over there, the 40,000, and it just makes me a little bit more like. See, here's the thing: I don't have any problem taking things like bile salts or cod liver oil. It's when it's like taking supplementation much higher than what's recommended for daily that makes me a little on guard. So yeah, I'm willing to, as a one-off. Let's see how it is. Taking what 16,000 IU, 5,000 plus 1,000 IUs, and yeah, would not recommend it, at least not for me. But yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna be fine. So let's see over here. Yeah, where are we over here? Jeez, that's 40K. I took 4K. Yeah. Yeah, I think I should be okay though. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like I look at this thing and I'm like, dang it. But yeah, 40,000 is like really high, right? 40,000 is really high. Actually, I won't be surprised if freaking the 5,000 is a little too high for me, because see this? They said typical recommended daily allowance is higher amount 800 to 2,000 IU, and that's for people with high risk osteoporosis and for older adults. As far as I know, I'm not at high risk for osteoporosis. I think I was a little deficient, but I don't think I'm like sorely deficient. So I just think, as a one-off, I'm not worried about myself. See this? But long-term damage, that wouldn't be very good at all. So see this? So I'm just, I think this is just my personal opinion. I think having a video up like this telling people to take 40,000 IU vitamin D, and for people who do have psoriasis, I won't be surprised if there's a bunch of people who it's like they just want relief, so then they just take the 40,000 IU off the bat. And if you do that, right, it's like I said, you might have relief, right? Maybe the 40,000 IU vitamin D works, but you don't know what could happen if you take this thing too long. I'm pretty damn sure, I can't remember if it was in this video or it was another video, I think he said something like, if you have a certain thing, take 50,000 IU, 50,000 IU of vitamin D for 2 weeks, which is even higher than the 40,000, but I might be remembering it wrong. And it's just like, even if it clears up your psoriasis, I think kidney damage is a very freaking real thing, and you don't want to end up with having kidney damage, because in your effort to get rid of your psoriasis, you screwed up your kidneys. See where I'm getting at? Okay, let's see. No, I'm not. What do you mean my new hobby? That's why did I do it? I did it because I was curious about it. And I heard about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, you know what, let me try it. But yeah, it was a lot less than my planned 40,000. My planned 40,000 route. Now that I think about it, I'm like, man, 40 freaking thousand sound kind of crazy. But no, I'm not getting obsessed with it. Here's the thing, I can't. I need to handle this, right? I need to figure out what's going on. So I don't want to spend the more time I hyper focus on this stuff, in my opinion, the less time the more time I have like not dealing with this in the future. So that's why I've gone down the whole freaking rabbit hole for psoriasis, eczema, keto. Let's figure out what causes atopic dermatitis. Let's figure out what deficiencies people say are going on. Okay, so yeah, it might be a vitamin D deficiency. Oh, maybe I need this, maybe I need that. Maybe I have a reaction to my soap. Maybe I'm allergic to tomatoes. Maybe I'm allergic to green peppers, the nightshades. Maybe I'm allergic to dairy. Maybe I'm allergic to eggs. And it's like you see a whole fucking laundry list of stuff. And then at the end of it, right, it's like you just want to have relief. So that's why I'm no longer on the keto diet, at least for the next 2 weeks. See what happens. And I don't know if I'm going to be keeping this D3. I think it's a little excessive. I might actually just go with a 2,000 instead. Or maybe better yet, instead of taking 5,000 a day, maybe I'll take one every 2 days. Because that should be okay. Yeah, I heard you're supposed to put up vitamin K in there too. So, yeah. Vitamin, what was it? K with the vitamin D? Something like that, K2. But I didn't hear anything in there about that, right? Lower levels for longer, far more beneficial. Why is that? Why is that, Tim? What makes it more beneficial at lower levels? No, vitamin K will cause blood clots? Really? I heard you're supposed to take vitamin K and D2 together. Let me check. Vitamin K and D3. I think it's D3. K2 and D3. That was it. I keep forgetting this stupid thing. See? It's supposed to balance the calcium in the body. So, is there something that I'm missing? If you take 40,000 IU of vitamin D3, are you supposed to take, I don't know how much K2 you take together? Let's figure out what we got here. Oh, look, it's only 1,000 IU. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's so it's 1,000 IU of D3 and then 45 milligrams of, right, MCG? Well, I don't know what MCG is. Of K2. And a whole lot of people really like this stuff. See? Yeah, and look at these people. I'll see what they said. When I'm replenishing my deficit with shock doses, 20,000 per. I give these capsules 7 each day. Okay, first or clots. Ah. Ah. I see. Mm. Let's see. Vitamin K clotting. Ooh, jeez Louise. If you're taking that venters out the K. Okay. That's a lot of stuff though. That is a lot of stuff. Um, I have no problem taking vitamin D3, but I'm probably gonna take a much lower dose, or either that or I'll take 2,500. So I'll take the 5,000 IU every other day instead, and I think that should be okay. Yeah, or maybe 2 times a week instead. So let's see. And so if I took 1,000, that would be 7,000 IU, right? But then if I took two of these, that would be 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 IUs. So yeah. Oh, wow. Well, Tim takes a 5,000 IU of D3 per day. Do you feel like queasy, or do you have a headache taking that much D3? I'm just curious. I can't imagine, like I said, I can't imagine taking freaking 40,000 D3 D3 in a day. I think that would be absolutely, personally for me, I think it'd be absolutely insane, especially if the person's kind of small. If you're not that heavy, I mean, 40,000 would pack quite a punch. There's a big punch. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Well, I guess maybe I'm just too sensitive to this stuff. But yeah, I'm not doing that again. That's for sure. See that? Hmm. So I'm going down the slippery slope of this stuff. 2,000 bear if anyone needs, unless you're seeing a doctor. If you did a sure. Yeah, yeah. See here, let me play that again. Let me play that again. So this was what he said for psoriasis over here.
Is a vitamin D. So we have vitamin D. Very, very important. I would recommend 40,000 IUs every single day. You need to take.
Did you catch that? Every single day. And yeah, maybe it was just missed out, like how long you take it. But I mean, freaking 40,000 for the rest of your life, or something. That'd be kind of crazy because again, this person who ended up with kidney damage took it for 30 months, and that was only 8 to 12,000 IU. So, see that? So that's what triggered kidney damage right here, and that's 3 times lower, right? 3 to 5 times lower than what Berger's recommending. I know that does sound dangerous, right? So I don't know if it's like something was missed out over there, but I can only imagine, like, if you have like here, yeah, if you are smaller, like I'm smaller, you're gonna handle 40,000 a lot different than, let's say, if you're 250 pounds or so, right? And you're much taller than me, so yeah, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I did some research and I was like, frick, 40,000, that was crazy. um, yeah, so yeah. So the person, okay, so listen, the person who was taking this, the reason why they took so much is because they spoke to a naturopath. See, so the naturopath. That's the people who, it's like the holistic people, which are. See, natural therapies, non-invasive natural therapies. See, so you got like Whole Foods. This is the kind of people. It's like they would tell you, oh, you have this, like take some, like acai pill or something, or drink some cranberry juice. I mean, not saying that doctor. Well, you get what I'm saying? Like one of those like non-tradition. It's like natural medicine stuff. So, I guess that the doctor they had spoken to, the naturopath they spoke to, said, yeah, take 8 to 12,000 IUs a day. Even though I'm assuming they didn't have any blood work done, and yeah, no history of bone loss, and they were doing that, and 8 to 12,000, right, IUs for over 30 months, it caught up with them after a while. And yeah, so you don't know exactly how people will handle certain things. And I think that, yeah, 40,000 sounds a little crazy to me, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so Gray Fox is at 5,000 IUs a day, and he's over, or I'm assuming you're he, um, yeah, over 6 feet. So I'm like 5'4", and yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up taking like 1,000 or 2,500 because I definitely ain't over 6 feet. um, uh, wow, oh, anything, wow, geez, anything over 10,000 IUs a day, but okay, yeah, I'm gonna stem down this little D3 thing. Jeez. Yeah. Really? Oh, wow, jeez. Someone had a fish only die and got murdered. I shouldn't laugh at that, but yeah, I could see that happening actually if you eat high amounts of fish. So I just thought like, what? 5'4"? You don't even. I do exist. Thank you very much. Um, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll think about getting some blood work done and then checking what my freaking vitamin D levels are. I wonder what my iron levels are. That's what I'm curious about. I want to know what my iron levels are. I want to know what my vitamin levels are. I want to know what. I want to know if I'm deficient in anything. I would have assumed my vitamin D because I haven't really been going out, so I don't think it's bad to supplement. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so some of these naturopaths, like here's the thing, I don't think they go out with the intention to harm people for sure, but I think sometimes it's like maybe you hear about like a cookie cutter one size fits all, and you just don't know, right? Maybe if someone, I don't know how tall this person was, but maybe if he was like 6'5", maybe he would, he would probably tolerate this better than if he's like 5'4" or something. So yeah, see that? Kind of scary. So yeah, this person, I don't know if they recovered or not. They didn't say, but yeah, see that overuse of vitamin as well as many supplements may have dire adverse effects. See? Yeah, so they consider this to be extremely high doses of vitamin D. So if 8 to 12,000 is considered extremely high dose, then 40,000 I imagine would be kind of, people would say that's clinically insane. Yeah. Hmm. Eat a balanced diet, get some exercise. You really don't need to have dietary unless you have a specific. Never take medical advice trying to sell you their product. Yeah, he does have his own I know Dr. Berg does have his own product line. I think it has yeah, I know he has a D3 thing over here. He has, was this it? See that? Living with psoriasis, this stuff. It's out of my idea. So I don't doubt this. I don't doubt that. Yes, it gets worse in the winter time. But yeah, let's see. Let's see his what he has over here. Oh, this is the one with the biosalt. Yeah, let's see. I think it's supplements. Oh man, he has a lot more than I never checked out this section of his website before. Cod liver oil. Oh, here we go. See the D3 and the K2. I don't know the price of D3 and K2, but Look at that. Oh, here we go. See? Each tablet is 10,000 IUs per serving, and then we got 100. That's a lot more than the other one. Remember the other one that I saw? Crap, let's click this. So this one's 10,000 IU per serving, 100 mcg. This other one is 5,000, and we got 1,000. Where is this? Did I click away? I think it was like something like 46 mcg. Okay, let's go over here. Vitamin D. Here's the K2 somewhere. Here we go. So I'm not good with this stuff. But look, this one is 1,000 and then 45 mcg. And then his one is 10,000 and 100. See? 1,045, and then his is 10,100 mcg. It looks like you take one per day. Well, look at that. Take 1 to 4 capsules with a meal. So it's not just, yeah, it's not, I guess I didn't hear something wrong. So yeah, you're supposed to take, so that would be, you take 10,000 to 40,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day. So yeah, I didn't hear it wrong. It actually, see, you can see right on the label, all right, over here. I don't know if his D3 and K2 is something different than other companies, but I can't imagine taking all that D3 in one day. Especially not 40,000, because you know there's probably people taking 40,000 IUs of this every single day because it's a product. See that? Let's see what the reviews are. So all these people, if they're taking it, they're all taking it every day. Maximum daily dose, yeah, take no more than 4. So take no more than 40,000 IUs a day. I think there was a question that says, how long should I take it for? Am I just imagining it? Questions, here we go. Oh, wow, look. So Berg actually answered it. Is it safe to take that much D3 in a day? If you take 40 capsules, that's 40,000 IU of D. Won't that cause other deficiencies for the body to absorb and break down? He says, no, it's a safe amount. It's also in its natural form, so the body either uses it or doesn't. Now, maybe there's someone out there in my chat, maybe the one of the 15 people that can tell me, like, is this true or not? Because I don't know how D3 holds in the body. I don't know if D3 and K2, if you put them together, they hold differently in the body. But you see the response in there too, right? It's not just it's not just like me imagining these things. Let's see what else. Oh, see, here we go. Here we go again. I'm a bit concerned about the high level of 10,000 IU in the vitamin, but not too sure if the K is too high too. Yeah, because you compare it to another formula, right? This one has 100, the other one has 45. And if you're listen, if you're taking four of these pills a day, and you're at if you're taking 4 of these pills a day, and that would be 400 mcg of K2 and 40,000 IUs of D3. Let's see what the response is. Oh, so he clarified it over here. Yeah, I think what he said is like the body does not absorb it that quickly or something like that. Let's check. Oh yeah, we watched this one. Okay, so this. Oh yeah, I never saw this video actually. Maybe you guys can dispel this or confirm this because I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. Let's see.
So today I want to answer a specific question about the units of certain nutrients. Okay, when you get into the fat-soluble vitamins, they don't usually use milligrams. They use something called international units. Now, there's a comment in one of my YouTube videos of someone that was concerned about vitamin D, and she didn't want to take 10,000 international units of vitamin D because it sounded so large of an amount, and she wanted to know if that would create a vitamin D toxicity. So I want to differentiate the different units that are used in certain nutrients. You have international units, okay? And then you have milligram or microgram units. So international units are really the potency or concentration of something. So it's a little complex to convert international units to milligrams or micrograms simply because this is the concentration. And this isn't necessarily the concentration, it's the amount. So you don't need to really be alarmed if you see large amounts of international units because let me show you something. One international unit of vitamin A is only 0.3 micrograms.
So when he said you don't have to be alarmed by it, see that goes in the difference of this one over here, right? See? So they said that your higher amount is 2,000 per day
of retinol. Okay, that is so small. And 0.6 micrograms of beta carotene. Okay, so you can see it's very, very small. Let's just take vitamin D, for example. One international unit of vitamin D equals 0.025 micrograms, not even milligrams. Let's just take, for example, 10,000 international units of vitamin D. What does that really come out to in milligrams?
Okay, I know someone's going to get triggered here. I haven't even read live chat right now. But the way I'm seeing it, I know this is going to sound really bad. And again, I don't say this very callously, but it's like I understand he's trying to say like it's a small amount. But remember, if you have like a little small amount of like a biological warfare agent, it can kill you. So, like if you take too much of, something that starts with an A or and ends with Rax, like yeah, it's a small amount, but yeah, I understand what he's trying to get at, but it's like I don't really care if it's a small amount or not. I care about like how does it react to my body.
It's going to be 250 micrograms, not milligrams, or 0.25 milligrams. That's a quarter, 1/4 of just one tiny milligram. Okay, so you would need 40,000 IUs of vitamin D to equal one tiny milligram. I mean, 15 minutes in the sun will give you 20,000 IUs of vitamin D.
Is that true?
And yes, I just want to bring this point up that even though you can get a lot of IUs of vitamin D from sun, your body will buffer it to prevent your body from ever becoming toxic versus consuming certain foods or supplements. You could overdo it with vitamin D. But I always recommend taking vitamin D with vitamin K2. Vitamin K2.
Wait. Let's go back. Is that true? So if I just spend 15 minutes out in the sun, I'd get more vitamin D than I can from my 5,000 IU supplement?
To prevent your body, a lot of IUs, the sun will give you 20,000 IUs of vitamin D. And yes, I just want to bring this point up that even though you can get a lot of IUs of vitamin D from sun, your body will buffer it to prevent your body from ever becoming toxic versus consuming certain foods or supplements. You could overdo it with vitamin D. But I always recommend taking vitamin D with vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 works with D3 to help mobilize calcium and keeping it from going in the wrong place. But you would have to consume a lot of vitamin D3 to create hypercalcemia, by the way. It's not very common, and you would have to consume it over a long period of time. But 10,000 IUs is really not that significant, especially if you're taking K2. Now,
so wait, he said, did this person have hypercalcemia? It sounded like it. I don't think so. They had elevated blood levels of creatine. And this person was only at 8,000 to 12,000. Okay, let's go back.
What are some of the symptoms of hypercalcemia? That's too much calcium in the blood. High blood pressure, dehydration, decreased appetite, irritability, fatigue, and weakness. And by chance that you ever had too much calcium in the blood or vitamin D toxicity, it is so simple to fix it and reverse it, because all you do is you stop taking vitamin D for a while and everything reverts to where it was. So I just wanted to bring this point up because I've had several people ask me about this amount and is it that toxic? The answer is no, it's not. Thanks for watching. So to prevent me from running out of content.
Okay, so let me read chat over here. Yeah, I've never heard about that either. I mean, like, if I'm out in the sun, that would be me with clothes on, right? Obviously. Let's see over here. Let's see over here. Oh yeah, Dr. Oz. Yeah. Scroll to possible for extended periods on that link. There's a link? I don't see it here. Actually, let me go back. I think we had a bunch of questions here, right? Questions? Damn, where did my questions go? Oh, there we go. Questions. You see it? Questions right there. Yeah, okay. So let's go over here. Let's say filtering system. Yeah. So we have it, yeah, over here, see? Highest amount of 2,000 I use. So let's see, how much D3 should I take a day? Yeah, see? So Mayo Clinic recommends 1,000 to 2,000 per day. Yeah, so you can imagine if you're taking 1 to 2,000 a day, 40,000 seems a little crazy, right? So, yeah, see that? Look at that. So, see that it says that's 1,250% of your daily value. So if you're taking 4 of these pills, you'll be hitting 4,800% of your daily value for D3. And then that's also not factoring in, look, it has zinc and magnesium in here too. So I don't know if that makes a freaking difference and stuff. Again, you know, I don't know too much about interactions. If you add in like zinc or magnesium, does that help buffer something that I'm not aware of? But yeah, see that? Oh, look, you got the ox bile extract. So it's not just 2 things by itself. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see any link. You know what? Hold up, hold up. Yay! Okay, Tim, you can put the link in now. I think you should be able to. Try add the link in. Oh yeah, Jessa would definitely know something about this. I want to be like, Jessa, can you tell me if 40,000 is if 40,000 is safe or not? I'm gonna assume she's gonna say no. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Tim. Okay, let's look. Okay, let's see here. So this is the article that Tim sent, and I encourage you guys to check that thing out too. So let's go over here. So prolonged uses of vitamin D mega doses. Wow, look at this. In 1940s, massive doses of vitamin D, 200 to 300 IU a day were, holy crap, they were considered an effective strategy for chronic illnesses. See? Wow. Here we go. Acute toxicity would be caused by doses of vitamin D, probably in excess of 10,000, which would result in this. This is clearly more than the recommended 4,000 per day. Yeah. So you don't want to go higher than 10,000. Oh wow, in a controversial study, single woman who received an annual single dose of 500,000 IU had a higher rates of fractures and falls than women in the control group who had the placebo. Jeez. Yeah, you don't want to take too much and then you end up screwing yourself over. You end up with more fractures and falls. So, yeah. So, seems like, yeah, no more than 4,000 a day. Yeah, don't go above 10,000. Oh. Yeah, sure. Sure, float. No, I'm like 100. I'm like 107. I fluctuate between like 113 and 119. I mean, I don't weigh I weigh myself maybe like something like 4 times a year. So yeah, the takeaway I took from this is, yeah, don't go over 10,000. Stick around 4,000 or less. What are my symptoms right now? Nothing. I just have a runny nose. I took it a couple hours ago. But I'll be fine. I will be fine. I don't think it's that bad. Like, as a one-off, it's not that bad. Is my link getting posted? No, your link is not getting posted. Hold up, I gotta make you a moderator too. Floating flatbed moderator. Okay, go. Yeah. Yeah. Stomach issues. Yeah, you have to take it for a long time. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is good. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. The longer you stay in the sun, especially for prolonged periods, the greater your risk of skin cancer. The people who aren't over, that's, yeah, I avoid the sun. Okay, here we go. What is this? Okay, so 25 mcg is 1,000 I use. Is that the same thing? I have no idea. What is this? What is that? Milligrams? Micrograms. 100 micrograms. So this is... Oh my gosh, I 100 micrograms is can be... So this one has 25 micrograms, so therefore it should be safe. Oh yeah, so you could take 5,000. No, 4,000. Yeah, yeah. 25 micrograms, this one is 100, so yeah, they say you can take up safely up to 4,000 IUs. Oh, here we go. Yeah, see, my calculation was right. 40 IU is equal to 1 milligram. So if this is 100, then this would be 4,000, right? Okay. Oh yeah, you guys can hear it. I don't have that much windows open either. I have like 8 windows open. That's it. But my computer is mad. It's really mad. It doesn't like me when I stream oh, microgram. Yeah, it doesn't like it when I stream on OBS. Yeah, I don't know though. That's the thing. I don't know if I'm absorbing enough uh, that I'm deficient, right? It's like you have to get a blood test for that, really. Oh, I click hard. Oh, you can hear me click hard. Ah, I just did that. Okay. Do I really click hard? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me check that. How much vitamin D do you get in the sun? Oh. So yeah, according to here, they said if you get 30 minutes of sun, you get 10,000 to 20,000 IU of vitamin D. 10 minutes. Oh, okay. So it seems like a lot of you, if you guys are spending at least 10 minutes in the sun, you aren't going to be deficient in vitamin D. See it? Just like walk to the grocery store. Oh, yeah, I stay like far away from the windows. Yeah, yeah. When I was in Hawaii, I had zero problem with this. Like, Hawaii, it's like you got the freaking sun, you're at the equator, you're all good. But yeah, New York, it's like I don't want to go out very much. And if I do go out, what would I be doing? Buying groceries and coming back? Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna get going to sleep. And I hope my arm and stuff gets better. So I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm no longer on a low carb diet. I'm gonna go on a regular diet. So I'm eating these like yummy soft almond pastries. So Lieber sent them, and I don't know how much carbs they have. Oh, they do. They have 49 grams of carbs in, I don't know if it's the bag or just part of it, but these are freaking pretty good cookies. This is the one that was sent. Look at this. Look at these. Like these are like some cute. They're kind of like almond cookies, but they're nice. They're really nice, and I've been drinking them with some ginger tea. So I guess that's the upside about, yeah. See, perfect with drinking with coffee. I'm staying away from coffee for now, but yeah, these are quite nice. So I would recommend trying them if you haven't tried them. And yeah, one of the upsides about eating carbs is I feel like I could go back to eating cookies for a little bit. How does my arm look today? My arm was pissed off today, actually. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to add more, go back and add carbs in my diet. Because I think it's like when I go low carb, it's not good. And my arm was like super freaking weepy. So, um, yeah, my arm was just really pissed off. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. Hopefully it's better. I really hope it gets better, but we'll see. I go back on regular carbs for 2 weeks. Hopefully everything clears up. And then curiosity, I will go back on the keto diet, see if it gets worse, and if it does, I'm backing off keto. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, you should be happy. Oh, Maui's a lot different than Oahu, for sure. Maui is like the rich people's island from what I heard, but I've never been to Maui. But have you, Joseph? Have you ever been to New York? If you go to Hawaii, like you should go to New York afterwards and see if the difference is. Hit up Brooklyn in New York and tell me what you think about it. Like if someone flew to Honolulu, Hawaii, and then they came over to Brooklyn, New York, they'd be like, "Oh man, it's the people are so much different in Hawaii." Okay, that's true. Floating Fat Man says, never NYC. Joseph, you're missing so much for not going at New York City. You really are. You're missing the aggressive looks. You're missing going on our wonderful subway stations. No, I haven't been moisturizing it. I haven't. I've been putting an antifungal on it, actually. Yeah. There's not too many good things about New York, except maybe pastries, but that's about it. Pastries and cheesecake, but yeah, yeah, I don't really feel like going out, so I'm back in hermit mode for the time being. But tomorrow we are gonna go out. We're gonna go eat at Cheesecake Factory. I'm really looking forward to that. You know what? Because I'm already looking at this. Let's see what they have. Yeah, so when you heard me munching earlier, I'm eating these little almond pastry macaroons. They're really nice. Let's see. Let's see. Cheesecake Factory. There's one that's really good. Oh, let's see. Oh, so this is gonna be interesting for me because I can finally eat this stuff without thinking about my freaking carb intake. Okay. I don't really want to eat pasta. Okay. Let's see. What the hell is a glam burger? What the fuck is this? Glam burger? Nope. Let's go back. Specialties. They make a really good chicken something. Oh, this one is good, I think. Crispy chicken costoletta. Yeah, this one's good. Oh, this one. Oh my god, I'm gonna eat this. Yeah, so if you guys have never gone to Cheesecake Factory, this is good. It's nice. It's like yeah, see, so I got my asparagus, I got my potatoes, and I got my chicken over here. And this is gonna kick me out of ketosis, but it's very nice. So I'm probably gonna get that tomorrow. Um, Look at this sorry, I gotta look at this cauliflower tacos. Oh lordy, what is this? Crispy cauliflower? And that doesn't look very good. Chicken Riesling. Oh, I think I've tried this before. Oh yeah, I've tried this before. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. But yeah, this chicken costoletta thing, that one's really good. Hey, where'd it go? Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, this thing. So if you guys ever go to Cheesecake Factory, try the CCC, the crispy chicken costoletta. That's nice. I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with that one. My neck is okay. It's calming down. Floating Fat Man says, I don't understand why people live in New York City. Summers are stupid hot, winters are stupid cold. 3/4 of the population are jerks. People. Oh yeah. So where is it? So, let's see. So Joseph, yeah, tell me, I'd like to hear what do you what do you think about the people in Maui versus the people in New York? I think you'll find that the people in Maui are I imagine they're kind of like people in Honolulu. They're probably pretty damn friendly. You'll see people smile at you. You'll see people wave, that kind of stuff. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, if you go to a restaurant, you'll see people kind of look calm. I'm only making assumptions based on Honolulu, Hawaii, but yeah, I think you'll see them and you'll be like, man, they're just pretty relaxed and they're pretty chill. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time in Maui. Swim in that ocean, eat some shave ice, eat some chicken katsu maybe. Oh my gosh, I miss that stuff. That kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll take a picture of it tomorrow morning and then you can see it. Yeah, but yeah, freaking New York is just yeah, New York is not that great. Yeah, it should be an island of friendliness. If not, you gotta hop over to Honolulu. I might be very very biased for Honolulu, but yeah, people in Hawaii, in my opinion, they're sweet. At least in Honolulu, Hawaii, I haven't heard anything bad about Maui. Let's see, Maui friendly. Oh, look at this. I have heard. So I'm from Oahu. Um, I've heard the people of Maui are rude to tourists when compared to the locals of Oahu. Let's see. Oh, dang it. Let me close this. Oh, here we go. We were mowing July and we found people to be very friendly. Everybody was very outgoing and friendly. See, so you don't find that in New York, 100%. Okay, if you go to New York, you're not gonna find people being really friendly to each other. Um, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Like, I would love for someone to I would love for someone to just hop on to Maui, go to Honolulu, and then afterwards come to New York, and then you could see the difference in the people. Oh, look at this. So they said, I see large cultural differences between the two areas. Oahu employees tend to have families and lived in Hawaii all their lives. West and South Maui tend to be transplanted mainlanders. So mainlanders, of course, people from the continental U.S., right? So in Oahu, you get the nice Asian ladies and young girls who are very friendly, but the men can be pretty cold. You get a much better stink eye at Oahu. In Maui, I found the young help can get the way cool attitude at times, but the new residents with rock fever will talk your ear off. Islands are really different. People make a mistake when they try to lump them together. So it seems that if you want to deal with more friendly people, come to Honolulu, Hawaii, my island, and yeah, you'll find people are very friendly there. I don't yeah, people on Oahu, they're very catty. But again, I can be just really biased. But overall, the people in Maui are going to be way friendlier than the people in New York. No, you know what, Joseph? When you go over to Maui, what I would recommend is just be easygoing. Just like I feel like more people would probably be more like me. So you just, you smile, you wave, say, oh, that kind of stuff. Um, how would I say it? Yeah, be like people don't give people are just like happy, happy go lucky, at least where I see in Honolulu. because people see the ocean. You know, you get that nice clean air. Did I tell you New York? We're rated. New York is rated F in air quality pollution. F. But Brooklyn isn't. Do you know why? Because Brooklyn doesn't have any air quality monitors. So that's why we're not rated as F in Brooklyn. But yeah, so the air sucks here. And yeah. I'm not depressed. I just have a cold right now. Like I would definitely be open and honest about depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm just kind of like I'm agitated about the whole freaking skin thing, but I'm not feeling like bummed out or anything like that. Thanks, Joseph. I'm happy. I'm happy that we were able to bring it over to that food distribution event. Gray Fox says, I grew up on the island. I couldn't, let's see, I couldn't wait to leave. What? Oh, you talking about Oahu or are you talking about New York? In New York, you seem, yeah, freaking people in New York are like crazy when it comes to drivers. I refuse to drive in New York. Hell no. Nope, 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 nope. And then yeah, people are so aggressive where people it's like if you wait 1 second when the light turns red, I mean when the light turned green, people go beep beep. They're so beep heavy. It's crazy. Beep beep. I'm like, geez, like what the beep, man? Like I just saw the light change, and you don't go within that like split second, like instantly. Like let's say the light changes like that. Like you have to just go like right when the light changes, you go because if you wait 1 second, beep like that, people get so pissed off. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but like the quality of people in New York are so much better. I mean, so much worse than freaking Hawaii. So that's why I've always been like pushing, like, hey, you wanna be in a more friendly area? Go to New York. I mean, go to Honolulu. Oh, see, look, which Hawaiian is the friendliest? So allegedly, Maui is the friendliest, according to this people. But yeah, maybe I'm not gonna shit on Maui or anything like that. I think all the Hawaiian Islands are fine. Oh, look at this. Oahu is too touristy to be nice to everyone. Yeah, oh yeah, there is some shady neighborhoods. Yeah, so if you go to Oahu, I would say stay in Honolulu, Hawaii. Um, I can't talk too much on the other side, but if you go like opposite side or so, yeah, sometimes you get some like kind of shady neighborhoods. So I would stick around Honolulu, Hawaii. No, look at that. Oh, look at that. I kind of think it's because Kauai has the least population among the four islands, so they desire sincere communication from people on the outside. Besides, the island has a heavy, gorgeous landscape. I guess people living in paradise don't complain. They just need to appreciate life. Yeah, I have zero complaints about frickin' Hawaii, how it looks like. Yeah, look at this. Where's my look at my little place where I grew up from. See that? So every time I like looked out, I could always see this beautiful blue ocean from where I live. But yeah, in New York, I don't see I see crap. See? So this is like Diamond Head right here. See how gorgeous and serene that looks? It's so nice. See? Oh wow, jeez Louise, Paris? Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I love Hawaiian food too. But that is the thing about my little freaking tropical island that I grew up in, and I love Hawaii so much. It's just like it's a different feel. You feel if you go over there, you feel like ah, it's nice, it's calming. You have beautiful. There's not much to do. I'm gonna be pretty honest. Like if you're an indoors person like me, I've was like kind of like a homebody in Hawaii too, for sure. But if you don't have much to do, then yeah, this is the kind of stuff that happens. Like you just kind of relax. But the sad thing is like almost all my friends no longer live in Hawaii. Everybody moved away from Hawaii, and I just kind of think like yeah, if you live in Hawaii, life is so much more simple. You don't have to watch your back. I mean, like there are some areas you could, but yeah, you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. In terms of safety, like you do in New York, for sure. Ah. So, um, yeah, I'm just feeling a little homesick. I miss like I can't believe it, but I miss just like even the simple things in Hawaii. So this is where I used to always go shopping. This is where I used to get my cardio before. Uh, Ala Moana Shopping Center. See that? It's a open air shopping center. So I used to go over here very frequently, and I used to shop. And well, I wasn't really shopping though. I was mostly just eating food there, and then get walking around, seeing what the stores have. And oh my gosh, look at Cherokee. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then they have koi's over here. Yeah. Oh, the problem is that well, first of all, it is a very freaking long flight. Second of all, the restrictions. I don't want to I don't want to travel unless things get a little less crazy. I was actually telling him that. I said, think about opening a store in Hawaii would not be a bad idea, but he was like, no, it's too far away. But we have three Apple stores now on our little island. So yeah, I did tell him that, but yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to, and plus he says Hawaii's expensive too. So yeah, what can you do about that part, right? But I love Hawaii so much. Yeah, the problem is that like let's say if you did some repairs in Hawaii, if someone mailed you a machine to Hawaii, it would take about a week for it to arrive back on the mainland because everything we have an ocean between us, right? So you Hawaii would really only be a good place to open a store there, I would say, but you still have to deal with delays in shipping. Items getting to you, you shipping outwards, you have more of an increased shipping cost for sure. But yeah, I did make that suggestion to him. I'd wait a month. Oh, well, you would, Gray Fox, but not too many people. Other people would be like, I need my computer right now. So you wouldn't want to wait so long for freaking a machine to get to them, right? And then yeah, you have more of a time of things getting messed up somewhere. No, not really. There was a store that was I think about 1,000 1,500 square feet or something, and they wanted about a little over $2,000 a month for rent. So I saw it when I was still in Hawaii, and I told them about it, And I said, look, the rent is so freaking cheap, and it's in central Honolulu. But he says like, yeah, he has to have staff over there too, right? So it's not like he can just open shop and that's it. He needs staff that can do this kind of stuff. How much of his staff wants to move over to Hawaii when the cost of living is basically like New York? Um, yeah. So it's not that expensive. Retail rent in Hawaii is not that expensive. Depending where you go, of course. Like if you're at Alamana Shopping Center, that'll be freaking expensive. But you can go maybe like a 7 minute drive away from it, and the price of the price of rent would be cheaper. So yeah, but then he'd also have to have staff that can fix these things, right? Like yeah, he could leave, Paul or Steve in New York, but who's gonna how's he gonna get staff that can do this stuff? You have to train people. And I don't know if he wants to really deal with that whole thing, opening another store in Hawaii. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's for sure. But what would it be, right? If he had a second store or so, he would have to hire new people, and yeah, to training them, that I think would be kind of like a headache for him. Um, but who knows? Who knows? But I don't see him opening up a second store um, in Hawaii. If he does, it would not be it would not be Hawaii. But I don't think he has any desire to open up a second location. Yep, exactly. Exactly, floating Batman. No, I don't have any desire to get into that. I know that's terrible for me to say, but yeah, like that kind of stuff. It's just not my forte. I know it's so heartbreaking to hear, right? Like, but not my thing. Happening opening a store, he's only gonna want to open a store in the United States. And yeah, he would only want to open a store in the United States. I did tell him, I said, hey, I mentioned to him, I said, do you want to move outside the United States? But he has zero interest to. I told him, I said, well, what about Canada? Canada's pretty freaking, I mean, Canada's close to the United States, right? What would be my dream job? My dream job would just be, as terrible as it sounds, my dream job my first dream job actually would to be a mom would be to be a mom. Second dream job would be to make a difference in the world. As freaking vague and cliche as that sounds like, but yeah, I'm just like I don't. I know some people, they get so caught up in like job titles and everything like that. I never really understood that, because I kind of think like, yeah, everybody wants to be like a doctor, lawyer, that kind of stuff. But everybody is important, right? All jobs are important. I mean, even the garbage man is very important. The plumber is important. And I think part of it is that I was really influenced by women around me, and it's like I see how, yeah, I see how, yeah, I've seen like very, very, very caring women around their kids when I was growing up, and as a result of that, I've always thought like, man, that would be my dream job. Well, That does, yeah. You know, I have a tremendous amount of respect for people who foster kids. Especially, I remember I heard about this one person, and I know there've been many people. It's like they specifically foster kids that other people don't want to foster. So let's say kids that have a limited time left in the world, or they're severely disabled. And I think like, wow, you know, that has to have such a big heart because it's like some of those kids that they foster require 24-hour care. And then you don't know when they might pass. So yeah, there was this one, I think, Muslim man. I might be remembering it wrong, but he he takes in a lot of disabled children or children who don't have that much time left, and he has such a big heart. I can't. I think he was in the United States, but if he wasn't, I wouldn't be surprised. But I remember I remember watching a clip about him, and I thought like, holy crap, man, this guy better live a really long life. You could just tell he was a genuinely kind and loving person. Oh, oh. Why do you want to turn your kids into 5-year-olds again? I'm just curious. I mean, I think you have less what's that worry? You have less hands-on duty, right? When they're 18 years old versus a 5-year-old, you have to tuck them in bed and stuff. Aw, they need you. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about that, that's one of the reasons why it's like I know people will give me shit about this, but you know, it's 2:21 a.m. and I'm just gonna like say this stuff, but I really, you know, the jobs that I have had in Hawaii, it's like I see women and they get overworked by their job. And then they, some of them have to make a decision. They say, you know, do you spend more time with your kids or do you work? And then if let's say you're a career woman, right? You can get eaten alive if you're spending all this time with your kids because you don't, you know, you can't do everything that the company wants you to do, right? Let's say if you have a job and it's like fast paced or something like that, or it requires you to spend long hours at work, and then you have kids that you're growing up, or kids that you have to take care of for, your kids can be seen as a burden on you because it's like you have to go to your job, and then afterwards it's like, what if you have to stay late? And if you stay late, that's less time with your kids, or your kids have to get picked up, and yeah, your job requires you to you know, take in extra hours, or you know, it's like they want you to work on a project, so they want you to stay later. And I feel like yeah, for some women, it's like if you're trying to work yourself up on the freaking totem pole or something, right? And if you can't stay additional hours, it could be used against you. I've seen women where they have several small kids and they come to work at 7 a.m. and they don't leave until 7 p.m. So that means that most of the day they're not with their kids, and someone else is taking care of their kids. And you know the kids grow up so fast. It's like yeah, you might only see your kid for 2 hours a day, but I don't think that's enough. I think sometimes in that kind of situation where the parents are always working, both of the parents are always working, you know, no fault of the parents, that's the way society is. The kids just like they have to grow up fast, and then when they don't have parental supervision about certain things, it's like they don't have that bonding experience with the parents as much sometimes because it's like they barely see their parents. So yeah, I feel bad for those women, and that's one of the reasons. It's like I told you guys this. Like originally, when I was in college, I wanted to do marketing, And I thought like, oh, being, marketing would be great. But then I found out that you got to constantly rub shoulders with people. And that's not that's not how I am, right? You guys can pick that up. And it's all about like having your name known to people. I'm like, I don't really give a shit about that. Networking. And I remember I spoke to this one woman and she told me, she said, Erica, the most successful women are the ones who are single and childless. And this woman who was telling me this, she had taken 10 years out of the field to take care of her kids because she wanted to spend time with her kids. And she told me very candidly, she says it really hurt her career because she chose her kids over her job. So now she's trying to re-enter the job, right? But because because she hasn't been there for 10 years, it sucks for her because yeah, it's like who's the most loyal, who's the most committed. And when she told me that kind of stuff, it was like when she was just very candid about telling me how like the most successful women are single and childless. I knew right then and there it's like I didn't want to pursue marketing anymore. Not in Hawaii because I thought to myself, this is a woman who is significantly older than me. She has been in the industry far longer than me, right? I haven't even just taken a step yet. And for her to tell me about this kind of regret for her getting, feeling like she's getting punished for choosing her kids over her career and she struggles to get back in, I said, I don't want that. I don't want that. And I don't know if that was her tension or what, but I've never regretted that decision. I said, yeah, I don't want to have a job where it's like I feel like I have to pick between moving up and my kids. Because I would always choose a child over the job. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, I might not be the most loyal, but if I was a parent, I would really care about the child, and I would say like, I'm not gonna let a job, or just trying to please a boss, like make me into like one of those people. It's like I'm always gonna put my kids second. So yeah, and then yeah, if you're I think homeschooling is really the way to go. I think there's too much shit in the education system for kids. Like there's a lot of fluff material. Like I hate to sound so pessimistic, and I've said this before, but do I really need to spend so many freaking years teaching the kid about American history? Like seriously, like do you guys remember shit about American history? I don't remember much. I mean, like you hear about the Constitution, you hear about a few presidents, Abraham Lincoln, Civil War. That's kind of it. Like I don't remember everything that I remember about American history can be summed up in about 250 words that I learned in high school. Have I ever considered helping kids with disabilities? You know what? That's something like I feel uncomfortable doing that, and the only reason why I feel uncomfortable doing that is because I don't think I have the when I see like people helping kids with disabilities, they have like such a warm like aura, and they're just I don't know how to describe it. Like it's very godlike. Like not godlike in a I'm not saying that to be mean to them, but it's like they're just very like precious. So when I see these people and I see them interact, I'm like I don't know if I have that same kind of like aura. And then it depends what it is too, right? Oh wow. Yeah, you gotta be really patient. And it's like for me, I just don't know if I have that kind of temperament. Like in like long stretches kind of thing. Like you gotta be incredibly patient and you gotta be very, yeah, you can't be like, what do I say? You can't have like a short patience for certain things. That's why I don't think like I could do that. It's like after a while I imagine I would get frustrated a little bit. And that's just me being honest. Yeah, there's so much fluff stuff. So yeah, I think like yeah, kids have a better. It's like if I could turn back time, I know this sounds crazy, but if I could turn back time, it's like would I want to have gone to like schooling for so long? I would say I probably didn't need to do it. It's like I think a kid learns so much better when they're immersing themselves. And now you have things like YouTube, you have so much technology that I think YouTube could really adequately teach a kid. Um, and I won't be surprised. I don't know if this is up there, but I won't be surprised if there were some YouTube channels. It's like they set it up so it's like you have a sped up home homeschooling thing where it's like the person teaches. It's like a pre-recorded thing, and then they just teach the kid. And then if they have any questions, then maybe they log in into an online tutoring thing and then ask people that way. So I don't, yeah, I think like that could be the case like in the future, right? Kids just learn from home on YouTube, and then if they have any questions, they call up a tutor, or they have some sort of like online tutoring. The person doesn't have to be from the United States. Like if a kid has questions and they say, "I don't know how to do this like math problem. Can you explain it to me?" And I would like to see that in the future, pre-recorded or like videos where it's like people can watch it around the world, and then they have like a whole curriculum, and this way there are more people educated in the world. But then you would have to be required to have a internet connection, right? Yeah, that works. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think YouTube has any of that kind of stuff where it's just like, okay, everybody, this is today's lesson, and then they explain things, and then afterwards it's yeah, like the parents don't even have to teach or anything. I mean, they could be on standby watching it too, but there's no pressure for the parent to like know all this stuff themselves. I don't know. I think there's some things that can't be taught. I think a lot of things could be explained because it's like you think about teachers in school, right? A lot of the stuff wasn't hands-on training. It's more like they're just lecturing you about yeah, read about the Mayans, reading about the Aztecs. Let's read about Revolutionary War. Oh, yeah. I hate to sound terrible about it, but if I had a kid, I'd just have the kid gloss over physics. I'd be like, you know what? Most likely you're not gonna need fucking physics. The most important thing you need to learn for for basic stuff is just how to add, subtract, and divide. But yeah, it's like how many times like for people who are like not engineers or something like that, or not physicists, it's like how many times do most people use in their daily life like Pythagorean theorem? I never fucking use it outside of schooling. I'm like, oh, like, well, what am I gonna? I'm not gonna have this like. It's like a very specialized thing. So yeah, I'm still wondering. I'm still wondering about like where I'm gonna whip out my Pythagorean theorem, and I'm 32 years old now. So it's like, okay, or how about the stupid find x things? You guys know what I'm talking about? Like x plus y or something like that equals 40, or find x. I was like, I didn't have to use that stuff. I'm still waiting to use it. I'm still waiting to whip out the Fine X stuff. Um, what else is there? Yeah, like velocity. Like fuck, nobody talked to like you. I asked anybody on the street. You know, when was the last time they wanted to figure out velocity of things? I'd be like, huh? Yeah, but it's not like I use it in my daily life. Yeah, but most people don't use physics in their daily life. I would actually venture to explain that a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people they don't whip that stuff out. Most people won't. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm still waiting for me to encounter a thing in life where I have to whip out like the Pythagorean theorem. Yeah, if you have an interest in that stuff, that works out. But if you don't have any interest in that stuff, then yeah, it's mostly useless for most people, right? So yeah, it's like I hear about people. Oh, hold on. I hear about people. Yeah, I've still never heard in my life like any freaking person using that kind of 3D art. Okay. What else? What else is there? That's stupid. Yeah, so you got that, and then you got yeah, I mean like it's so specialized. Like if you want, like of course you could use what was it, calculus and that kind of stuff, but I just figure like, yeah, for me I'm thinking calculus, I'm like, oh for fuck's sake. I think you can use Wikipedia to a certain extent, right? If you want to learn about something quickly, but you can't just like pop in Wikipedia in front of a kid and be like, okay, teach yourself everything, because they gotta know like what they're looking for first. Yeah, okay, woodworking, yeah, I could see that. Woodworking, um, figuring out, I don't know, pottery or something like that, not pottery, like, yeah, I could see certain professions using that kind of stuff, but like the average person, not really. Um, oh goodness. Yeah, education definitely needs some structure. Yeah, you can't just like plop a kid in front of the computer and be like, okay, teach yourself. But who knows, you know? Like I said, I won't be surprised if there's some pre-recorded freaking thing on YouTube where they say, yeah, well, they won't say it this way, but just like plop your kid in front of a computer. These are pre-recorded things, and all kids just watch this stuff. And yeah, if they have any questions, they can just do some kind of freaking, I don't know, some freaking chat on the side. You cannot decide what to do without it. Ah, that's true. That reminds me, yeah, like chemistry, for instance, right? You know, that's that freaking thing where they say like freaking neurons and electrons and the plus and minus thing. Oh my goodness. I remember when I took chemistry, I was like, why the fuck do I have to learn about a fucking atom? Someone's gonna be a tripper with that. I'm like, how many people use the fucking periodic table, right? Like the freaking, the numbers next to it? Like, yeah. What's it called? Atomic mass, something like that? Let's see, Erica, what if you're walking down the street and you want to figure out what time Mars will be in the night sky? I'll Google that. So yeah, I did, in case anybody has this like theory that I was a terrible student or something, maybe that's why I have this view. No, I actually did pretty well in high school. I think I got like a B plus or something in chemistry, or maybe a B or B plus. And the math wasn't too bad either. But yeah, I just questioned it. I understand that it sets you up for certain things that you want to do, but that whole frickin' atomic mass thing, frickin' Bunsen burner stuff. Calls it? Lab reports. Lab reports. I was like, oh. Yeah, well, like I said, I have zero desire at that stuff. Like I understand, like if you're a doctor, then yes, you should know about that. You should also know, yeah, biology and chemistry and all that other stuff. But I just looked at it and I was like, oh gosh, it's so boring. I don't want to do that stuff. I was just like, yeah, when I went to high school, it's like I would do it and I would do well at it because I had to do it, but it's like I had no interest besides taking those classes. I was like, it's zero interest. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, yeah. And I always asked myself, I was like, when the hell am I going to use calculus in my life? And yeah, I still haven't. But yeah, I feel like with certain things, it's like, yeah, you should take those, you should, like that helps you a lot if you have an interest in it. But for me, I just had no interest in it. I just went through the motions of doing those classes because I had to do it. And once it was over, I was like, yes, it's over. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. I'm getting tired already. What am I interested in right now? I'm interested in all sorts of stuff, but I'll tell you this definitely is not chemistry. It's definitely not chemistry. It's definitely not math. I just see math, and I know I'm gonna get shit about this, but I see math and like those math equations is so dry, so extremely dry. I'm like, oh, I don't have any desire to just like whip out calculations and figure things out like that. I'm like, oh gosh, what was the one thing that I really disliked? Oh yeah. So yeah, like I wasn't a bad student. Like I know I've said that before, but it's like I would do the classes, I would do typically well in them, and then after it's over, I'm like, hey, zero interest. Yeah. So yeah, I shall talk to you guys later.